everyone, and welcome to Cortina and the wheelchair curling at the Paralympic Winter Games 2026. We will have a packed and very excited stadium for the final session of round robin games. They're already heading into the arena, and the featured game here is Norway against Great Britain on sheet B. Both teams are out of the running for the semi-finals, but very keen to finish in style with a victory. 10 teams play each other in round-robin action, and this is the final session of round-robin games. Our two teams haven't had the best of form. Norway beginning to find a little bit of it in the latter part of the round robin. But towards the end of the standings, both teams haven't quite had the Paralympic Winter Games they wanted to. But the standard of competition is extremely high and improves Paralympics on Paralympics. Are the lineups. Sviberg the lead. Siversen at second. Scott's at third. And Jesse Stordal the skip. And those results, as I mentioned, those three wins coming one after the other. Almost getting used to the event and too little too late. They'll want to finish on a high, as will Great Britain. Garnaspi lead. Graham Stewart, the alternate, comes in at second. He came on against Italy. Uniblo, the skip, and Stuart Pimblett playing the fourth stones. There he is. They're up for this for sure. New team Great Britain, and they found wins hard to come by. Very close versus Canada and Sweden and Italy. So close. But the margins in this game are just tiny. These two teams know each other very well indeed. They'll have played each other quite a few times over the years, and there's a tremendous spirit and camaraderie in the world of curling, exemplified in wheelchair curling. There are the standings, the business end. 3 qualifiers all decided. And that fourth position still to be decided. And Italy and Korea play each other. So that is going to be quite something inside the arena. Winner takes all on sheet C. We're concentrating on the Norway against Great Britain match. On sheet B, Peter Dahlman is the Norwegian coach. We'll be pleased with the way his team has picked up in recent games, showing good form. Our rider been instrumental in keeping this team going, as has the head coach Sheila Swan. They prepared so well, but Britain is a really new team, and it does take a while to gel in. Humidity, the key thing with the ice, particularly with lots of people inside the arena. So the pebbles, the frozen droplets have been cut to allow the stone to glide and curl over it. It's not flat ice at all. The last stone draw was won by Great Britain, so they will have the hammer. The last stone advantage. So final game for both these teams. Sviberg, who's been alternating with her opposite number, her other lead, the other Norwegian lead, Ingrid Dripskas. But for this final game, Mia is in the lineup at lead. Remember, in the guard zone, can't remove a stone. So after 5, at the top of that area, can remove if it's in the circles. And each player will want to perform individually well, do their own tasks really well. Good. in this final round-robin game.
4 1/4, 14.
Raspy, 57-year-old. Mia Freeberg, 27. And the rest of the players in her team all in their 50s, so she's very much the youngster. Trying to get so many more youngsters involved in curling, wheelchair curling, back home in Norway. And playing on this huge stage opens all sorts of doors for that.
Good.
Karen Aspie found curling through her teammate, Stuart Pimblett. Dragged her along, and now she's hooked.
3 1/2, 11-3.
When you hear them talking about numbers, that's the time it takes from the release of the stone to when it finishes.
I don't think that stone's any slower.
Sometimes even when the numbers are right, the stone seems to do what it wants to do, depending on the path of the ice. Whether it's a worn path, whether it's a new path. So lots of variables can still come into play. Fredrik Sivertsen, second player, huge experience in this Norway tee by contrast. Missing a stone into the house, just a little bit short, and wanted it on that centre line. Univo started playing the fourth stones, but now playing third. But still dictating the strategy of the team. And this is Graham Stewart coming in for Austin McKenzie for this final game, known as the Steady Eddie in the team. He's also a decorated para-rower, and he's 30 caps for Scotland in wheelchair rugby. Switched to curling 3 years ago.
4 1/4, 9-4.
Kicks out one red.
Needs to be smoother. Needs to be smoother.
Oh.
They'll be showing us a little bit of what they're made of in the last few games. The gel at the start of the event. Norway World Champions in 2007, 2008 and 2017.
Right.
Sixth in the World Championships in 2025. So they're usually up there or thereabouts. But there are only 12 wheelchair curlers in Norway. They're a big pool. Second stone for Graham Stewart.
10-1. Good.
Takeout asked for. Sort of one. Nudges the other with that raise. Arne Skogstad. Take out asked for. And delivered with a slight hit and roll.
Staying on centre line.
10.5.
Shoulder shove.
This is Hugh Niblo. Very experienced.
Just a little bit,
For
little.
Paralympic Winter Games. 44 years old. From Stranraer in Scotland. The tactician.
3, 9,
Get
9.
through, trying to get both.
Good shot.
Hit and roll undercover as well for his yellow stone. It's a nice shot from Hugh, known as Shug. Great Britain really keen to show how good a team they actually are. But they are a new team, and it does take time. A lot of these teams have been together a long, long time, playing in the Paralympics. Great Britain with the hammer. The guard coming in for Norway. And counting one. The guard parallel with their other red. Nicely placed. Just a bit to the right there. The other end can still see it poking out.
12.
But Great Britain will have that. Niblo has won silver and bronze at Worlds. Only one of the team to have competed in the Paralympics before. Down the right side.
3 3/4, 11-1.
Beginning to curl. Not quite enough though. And Hugh will note that. What he needs to do next time.
Skal du dra? Nei. Skal du slå dem? Ja. Det er bedre å ta det for oss, kanskje? Ja, for helvete. Det må ikke... Ja. Jeg synes det er risk å slå på henne, synes jeg, I hvert fall.
Paralympic silver in 2018.
Så er vi heldige også. Ja.
And this man was in the team. Quite a journey with the Paralympics. Started in the Summer Games, switched to curling. Powerlifter, then a sailor, and then a curler. His 5th Paralympic appearance. He skipped stones, or 4th stones, in his first end. It is over that green line, the hog line. Very, very long guard.
Ja da, jeg ser det. Treffer så vidt, så slår den inn nå. Ja, det det som så der.
Sorry, go on, hand. Do the hand. Do the hand bit.
was lucky enough to chat to some of these athletes in Scotland before they came out here. Amongst them, GB and Team Norway. And a nicer bunch of people you couldn't meet.
12 and a half. 12 and a half.
Extremely dedicated and professional. Regarded as a tremendous honour to compete for their nations. Stuart Pimblett, 56 years old, also skipped for England. Inspired by watching Paralympics in Torino, and this is looking pretty good. Nudges the other yellow out. Needed it to curl just a little bit more. Important that it got behind, past that early guard.
Det är tufft att dra runt egen. Ja, vi drar runt egen. Dra runt egen! Jag lägger inte ringa.
Open the door a little bit for Norway here. Aiming wide. Justine Stordal. Part of the world title winning team in 2024.
Yep.
So tremendous pedigree in wheelchair curling in Norway. Despite having not too many curlers, wheelchair curlers. And this wide angled stone coming in.
Ja, man prövar till han. Bra försök, Tusten.
Absolut.
Needed that draw to be in the house at least. Justine Stordal hanging about at the top there. Britain not counting. Pimblett with the final stone of the first end. As he raise against his own to catch the Norwegian red. Beautifully done by Stuart Pimblett. Made it look easy. But again, that angle and the precision had to be there. And a good finish to that end for Great Britain. The angle there, didn't want to catch the guard. That was the plan. Take that red out. And lie two. And count two. So a good start for GB. Picking up 2 points. And after the first end, it's Norway 0, Great Britain 2. second end of the Norway GB game. Final round robin matchup.
12-8.
Aspie into the house with her first stone. Setting up the ends is really important. The lead players, you'll find that the teams that have done really well, their leads will have performed well in the setup. The draw for Karen Aspie and the first stone. It's Wiberg. Whatever she does, she has a lovely smile on her face. Gets the guard up. Enjoying herself out there. And I think that was the feeling about the GB team. They want to really enjoy themselves in this final game, because ultimately that's what it's all about. Worried it's not curling. It doesn't look quite straight at the moment. It's beginning to curl a bit now.
3.5. 13-5.
Onto her own at the top of the 12-foot. Looking a little perplexed, Karen. She says that Stuart Pimblett wore her down eventually and got her into curling. She was into wheelchair racing. Basketball. I competed for Great Britain. I never made it to the Paras until now.
Looking good.
Wiberg targeting those yellows at the top. Is it going to hang around? It does. Best she could really have expected, because two stones right together. Very difficult to remove in one shot. One always stays put. It's being squished in the middle. The sandwich.
Good.
Graham Stewart in the team seamlessly, part of the team. Very, very wide pathway this. Hits and sticks and hangs on that outer edge. Nicely done. And the same pathway, though more weight. And he's just missed it. Fractions there. Sclaffs it just on its right side. And he's looking for a hit and a roll in towards the centre. That would have been the ideal outcome. A slight let off there for Great Britain. And measured weight here from Graham Stewart.
3 1/4, 12-4.
Through the gap here, past the guards. Needs it to hold up, pull up. But the line is good. Almost directly behind the other yellow. Although, again, probably see half of the yellow stone from the other end. See it curling round now. And it just curls a bit too far. Syverson has his eye on that. Top yellow stone. Good solid takeout from him, clearing things away and leaving his stone in a decent position. Hit him a slight roll.
Come on, Shug, you got this.
Shug, hit and roll.
Shoulder.
Sure. Just that side of centre. That side of centre. Okay.
That's good.
Niblo releases and then can only watch him wait. You saw where he was aiming.
3 1/4, 9-9.
Hit in a roll. Separation of the British stones. So we can't get them in one go. Runner Skugad straight away. He knows it's not right. But a bit of a bonus. You'll take that. Sometimes things go your way. Because it caught the guard, it actually meant it also caught the yellow. Spreads things around. Puts Norway back in this end. Chain tightly. This draw, Hugh Niblo in towards the button. That's a good draw. Again, just a little bit more towards that centre line, so it's protected by the guard. Certainly good weight. Watching it curl now. Quite a lot of the Yellowstone revealed to Skogstad. And here he comes. Roll. Oh, how close was that one? Seemed to move without even being touched, almost as if it was fearful and wanted to get out the way. Worth stones, skip stones. Same from Stuart Pimblett here for Great Britain. Wants to hang around if he can, and he does. take out. Norway with the hammer. So it's Great Britain not to have too many stones hanging about. Limit how creative Norway can be.
They har det.
Right on this similar pathway. Hits and sticks but catches that other yellow. Should have won with that takeout. To get that angle just right to make sure. Excellent play. It's always going to be an ask to get both of them. No stone for Great Britain in the second end. It's a nice hit and roll here. Oh, is it too far, too far, too much on it? Great Britain still my two. It just seemed to spring off it, didn't it? And spins out.
Tre blank.
Great Britain have that one on the bottom of the 12-foot and that nibbler. Line 2. Final stone. Christian Stordal. Coming in nicely for Stordal. A really lovely draw to finish off the end and secure a point for Norway. Steady stuff. Good play from Great Britain to limit that to 1. Perfectly weighted draw there for Norway. And after 2 ends, it's Norway 1, Great Britain 2. Catching the guards and shuffle things around. Sjordad. And the draw. And towards the button from Niblo. Norway remove 1. And final stone to secure their 1 point. 2 ends played. 2-1 to Great Britain.
Ja.
We're now on to the third end. Britain leading Norway 2-1. Steady play from both teams. guard for Wiesberg. Askey will locate this one in the house. Needs it to pull up though. Just on the bottom edge of that 12-foot circle.
Ja.
Bra flyttat.
Gets the guards okay, but the draws a little bit more challenging at the moment for the youngster on the Norway team.
To the left. Keep coming to the left. Keep coming to the left. Three. I didn't get
This
time.
one coming round for Karen towards the centre line, which is good. Ideally, again, right on the line, on that centre line, which is good. She'd like it just at the top end of the tee line.
Vill du ta
Gives you
mig?
more room for manoeuvre. There's a bit of clearing there.
Han gör inte sagt det helt.
Bra flyttat. Bra flyttat.
Straight down that centre line. Again, gets rid of the British stone, but doesn't hang around. Graham Stewart for Great Britain. Most difficult for an alternate to come in and just gel, but certainly
3.5. 12.6.
adjusting well. Getting onto that, just shy of that centre line. Slightly heavy. Great Britain with the hammer, and number 3.
Så bra ut.
So we'll have the last stone. We want to get things set up before that, give them every opportunity of a score of more than one. This one's coming round for Norway. And protected by their guards. That's a good shot. From Ollie Fredrik Siversen. That's where the guards come into their own.
Kvarter.
13.5.
That's the timing, that's the... tells them what weight. A lot of this is done from practice and practice and practice and muscle memory. Low delivery here from Graham Stewart. Some athletes have a bent arm. Some athletes have a straight arm. An extension of the extender. Almost like a golf swing. whatever is most comfortable and effective for the athlete. Past those top guards, it's curling, it's curling, it's curling. It's going to nestle up beside that Norwegian red.
Si til at han har lov til å bruke skjermen bak der.
Skånstad, similar line. Draw into the button. He's got the backing here, and it's just as well. Oh, he's just catching it. A little bit too much on it, a bit heavy.
Not enough. The inner half.
Draw coming in from
3/4, 14-2.
Niblo. Another guard. It's become a guard, but it was meant to be a draw. He wanted one into the house.
Var 2-2.
Ja, kommer 3-2.
Another stone in there counting for Great Britain. Like draw weight as well. And a similar line. It's not aimed wide enough. Looks like the aim is wider. See the time clocks in the background. That's the thinking time for the teams between the shots. Now they decide which shot, and it gets eaten up as they utilise it. This one's looking wider. All depends when it curls. Is this one going to be counting for Hugh? Niblo? Not quite. The line was excellent. Again, a bit more on it. Skip stones, fourth stones now. Yes. And number 3.
Ligger. Hvordan?
Nei. Siste var 2-9. Jeg gjorde det. Da må ned i 2-5 der utover. 2-7.
Christine Stordal, hugely experienced player and athlete. 5th Paralympic appearance, curling. comes down the outside, beginning to curl now. It's looking good. It's looking very good indeed from Justine Stordal. Excellent play. Teammates clap. That's one of the best draws we've seen so far from the Norway skip. Not only good weight, but curled round with some cover. It's going to be potentially quite difficult to remove, as you can see. See what Stuart Pimblett can do for Great Britain here.
3.5, 12-2.
And it just catches that guard. Millimetres of a difference. Look at this. And enough to throw it off course. Still spins into second shot. A lot of stones in play now. Great Britain with the hammer in this end.
Looking good.
Justine Stordal will just get another one into the mix here to make life as complicated and as difficult for Great Britain. And the guard will do the job as well. A couple of really good stones from Justine Stordal of Norway, giving Britain a little bit of a headache there. Norway counting one. Pathway for Stuart Pimblett really tricky here. Lots in the way, lots of obstacles. Look at that. And he's grimaced. And we know when he grimaces.
3.5, 8, 9.
And it's not going to work out. That was the final stone of the third end. And it's a steal of one for Norway. On delivery, he knew straight away, Stuart, that it wasn't going to happen for Great Britain there. But a steal, not too worrying for Great Britain at this stage. And after three ends, it's Norway 2, Great Britain 2. Norway taking this third end right to Great Britain. This was a super draw. That was the one that did it from Justine Stordal. And Stuart Pimblett unable with his release. He knew straight away to prevent the steal of one for Norway. Former president of the World Curling Federation in the audience there watching, Kate Caithness. Instrumental in getting wheelchair curling at the Paralympic Winter Games. Out on the shoulder for Mia Friberg. Fourth end, and we have a tied game, 2-2 between Norway and Great Britain.
Shug, do you not think it's 12.5 now? Good.
wanting it right over the side. That was the instruction.
14-9.
Dra han runt eller?
Nej, jag går.
Var?
Är det ja?
Ja, så litt bedre.
Ja, bedre treff da. Bra fart.
Du heier bare på meg her. Da må jeg heie på seg.
Stående applaus, eller? Nå stående applaus.
Looking for a draw there from Mia Wiberg, but doesn't seem too worried by that. Just needs it to pull up a little bit. Want it to be too heavy here. Just at the tee line would be nice. Just going on a little bit further. But that's pretty good from Karen Aspey of Great Britain.
That second stone of mine's a bit fast.
And you do get fast stones and slower stones. They are made of natural minerals. Naturally, they can have a slight mind of their own on the ice. Depends on the ice as well. Fredrik Sivertsen.
Ja, så bra ut.
How's this draw looking? It's coming round, curling round and towards the top of the 8 foot, and that's very decent. Very accurate. In behind his guards. And you saw where Hugh Niblo was pointing with the brush. Good weight here. Clearing things away, Graham Stewart. Only do that after 5 stones are played. Wide guard zone. Now, super first draw from Ole Sivertsen. And this is a similar line. Through the guards, in it comes, in it curls, in it comes towards the button. Absolutely perfect. That's a beauty. 2 really good stones from Sivertsen of Norway. That's textbook stuff. If you're in training, that's how to do it. Carefully round the guard and onto the button and on the centre line. Big weight from Graham Stewart here.
4.
Again, given that
7.
clearing operation.
Got it, Graham, you got it. Shifted it. It'd been nice for me to go up the other one.
2 would have been nice, says Karen. The priority was getting rid of 1. It wasn't far away, was it? The 2 Norway stones. Counting. Great Britain retain the hammer after losing that steel. So they have the last stone advantage. For stud. That nestle behind the yellow. It is a guard, but he could have gone with it just being to that right side of that other yellow guard. So it does open the way up a little bit. Or shove for Hugh Niblo of Great Britain. There it goes.
Good 3/4, 9/8.
Not the outcome he was after. Scratches his head. Scratches his own yellow guard. He was aiming for those 2 reds in the middle. Tiny, tiny margins. Can't emphasize how close some of these are.
Yep.
Now, back in Norway's favour. That going wider here, but it's beginning to curl in now. Replacing the guard. And that's a really good guard from Gerani Skodstad. So this time Hugh Niblo will try and take on those red guards.
3-9-3.
Freska.
Akkurat som i går.
Ja, voldsomt å kølle på der.
Ja.
Bra fart der inne, så...
2 Norway reds lying there, line 2. A couple of stones to go for each team in this 4th end. And look how wide Norway are directing it. Justine Stordal, who's been exceptional in this game so far, aiming out to the wings, and then we see the stone beginning its rotation, beginning its curl for a long guard. They're happy with their 2 stones placed in the house. Great Britain have to make the running here. Certainly. There is a route here, straight to it. It's all about the weight. keeping it straight as possible. It catches the yellow first.
9-9.
Cirka 5,5.
Last one for showdown of Norway in this fourth end. And looking pretty relaxed. Maybe just a bit too relaxed there. Not making it over the hog line. That stone will be removed. Not in play. A little chance here now for Great Britain. Line 2, Norway. To go out wide to avoid that guard. It's a difficult draw. Does he pull off a raise on one of the other stones?
Three and a half, 9-9.
Oh, it's such a good effort.
Okay.
Such a good effort, and it's another steal. But it could have been worse. Just the one. Gets rid of that. The takeout limits the damage to just 1 point. Stuart Pimblett, good effort. After 4 ends and into the break, it's now Norway 3, Great Britain 2.
Straight leg, Graham up. Yeah.
Great Britain stats leading, and Stuart leading the way there. Certainly improved on previous games. Those two. And those two haven't quite found their feet yet. Lots of British support for the teams here. Lots of support on their own network as well. Lead players, again, leading the way here. Severson in particular, keeping up his consistency. Yeah, Seberg has stepped up as well, 69%. Here's the other alternate. Discuss. Very, very close game this, and in the first end, Pimblett promotes his own stone to remove Norway's red.
It's 9-7.
Second end, draw for 1 for Norway, with Great Britain counting.
9-7.
And Mr. Stordal, who's been performing well with these draws, and it comes 2-1 to Norway. And the next 2 ends about the steals. Steal of 1 for Norway after a miss by Great Britain. And Norway asking the question of Great Britain again with this draw in the third end. Really nicely done. Claps all round from his team. And the fourth end, it was Siversen with this fantastic draw into the button. And 2 stayed there. 2 Norwegian reds. Handily placed for Norway. For steal, another steal of 1 for Norway. And a lead of a point. Not a whole lot to choose in terms of the accuracy. But those 2 stolen points is the difference. Actually 63 to 59. So both teams steady enough, not too much of a gap between them, and that's reflected in the score.
In the moments that you're
Here are the numbers for you so far. Low scoring game, good start for Britain. Norway bounced back, and then a couple of steals for Norway has given them a 3-2 lead. But all to play for in part 2. Absolutely could go either way. Each team intent on finishing well with a win in this round robin. No part to play in the semi-finals, but they'll have their own targets and their own performance levels and an expectation. This is the 5th end. The Norwegian lead. Starting us off is Sveberg. Mackenzie is on for part 2 for Great Britain. You can see him holding on to Tara Nasby's chair.
Four and a half, 10-3.
Can remove stones from the house. It's not in the free guard zone. Clears the house. Make it over the hog line. Not quite, so that stone will be removed. Those steals for Norway on that scoreboard.
quarter, 11-8.
Where's this going to finish? Is it going to be too much on it? Is it going to pull up just a fraction too much with the weight?
Hoi, hoi.
Great Britain still have the hammer, as it was a steal. Only Norwegians struggling to get over that hog line. Doing what Elias Viberg did. Austin McKenzie on for Graham Stewart in the second part of this final game. And really will want to perform well.
Two and a quarter, 12.
It is going to pull up, but again, a little bit more than he wanted. To the back of the 12-foot area.
Spit. Spit.
On Frederick Siverson, good on his draws.
Kommer den.
His eye on this yellow of Great Britain. The take out executed. Yeah, would have liked to have held on to his stone. Kept it in the scoring area. And get some cover here behind that long red guard. And that's pretty good. Better if it could have been in the house, of course. Certainly not easy to remove. About this draw from Rostad. Catching the British yellow. Well, two draws not making it. One from each team. What about one from Hugh Shug Niblo?
Very good.
Again, these deliveries, these throws, hundreds of times in training and being absolutely spot on. And competing on the biggest stage of all. Oh, and it just nibbles. Slight rub off the Norwegian red. In the zone. Takeouts have been good. There, Anders Rosdad, not so much the draws. This is a takeout though. Takes out the British stone. But not finishing off with the shooter in the house.
You like that?
Yeah, 12 and a half.
12 and a half.
Yeah.
Britain could do with one in here and counting. The line is wide, wider than the last one.
3.5, 13-3.
And even that didn't get it into position.
Her.
Hvor mer er 2-5 nå, tenker jeg?
It's making difficult for Norway to get anything in the mix. So they're having a go down the other side. No, they are sticking to the same side.
Gå på feeling. Ja, lukka litt ut til det. Marjostein, er din.
Again, this will have to be wide. Justin Stordal has been really good on his draws in this game. This time, it's a raise, promoting his own stone into the scoring area.
Sorry.
Delicately done. It's the gentlest of nudges. Appreciated. He thinks it's so-so, but Siversen was very happy with that. Short Pimblet, similar line down the middle.
Ta den.
Luka.
Den.
Hei, Luka.
Splitte.
Sånn tenker du.
Hei, i Luka.
Bare gå i luka. Ja.
Splitte det.
Du kan ikke tenke for hva du vil ha.
Blir det kort, så blir det kort da.
Sånn.
Så må vi gjøre fremlagt.
Last stone of Justine Stordal.
Yep.
Norway very much in the mix in this end, making life difficult for the British team. Coming through that port, is he going to promote his stone even more and have two counting? He is. That's a super shot. Another beautiful raise from Stordal. He's been making the difference here. The precision here to get it through those two reds and then into the house and nudges other stone a bit closer. Excellent play from Norway and Stordal. Important stone for Great Britain here, facing two. Pimblett with the final stone of the fifth end. What's his expression like?
3.5, 9.4.
And he's promoted Norwegian stone into the house. Unlucky, very unlucky. Just catches that in the wrong angle. Certainly gets rid of one. These stones sometimes just have a mind of their own. That's a big steal for Norway, and that's made quite a difference to the scoreline after 5 ends. Norway 6, Great Britain 2. Norway making the difference is Justine Stordal, promoting his own stone, and then Great Britain unable to remove both stones and losing 3. A run of points on the scoreboard for Norway, with the hammer a 1 and a couple of steals in the third and the fourth, and then a multiple score in the fifth end for a 6-2 lead. Great Britain need something back here in end number 6. Britain only really been together a couple of seasons. It take time for a new team to gel.
14-6.
And at different times there's been such good performances from the individuals, just not quite gelling as a team as yet. English players in the British setup for the first time. A bigger pool of players to call on now. Three of the Norway players have been together for years and years and years. Picked up a new lead. Oh, how's this? It is sticking around. Just.
Good.
Coming round now. Just wants it to be underneath the other yellow. Good effort. Ideally wanted it in the house though.
Difficult when you're on storms. That's not going a lot faster. I'm trying to take some.
Here.
Roll up.
Roll up.
Yep, the line was good, but wanted it to stop at the top of the forefoot or top of the button. Not quite as far as that.
That's good.
Going to do some clearing away here. Austin McKenzie hit some rolls.
So what was it again? I thought it was the back ones.
With the big weight here, targeting the yellow. And Great Britain clears that away. Avoiding his other reds. Again, difficult with the big weight. Hang on to your own. This draw to curl round behind his other yellow guard. He goes just a little bit more of a curl needed. Not much curl, not at all. Not much rotation. Trying to nudge it, trying to persuade it. Not quite. That we'll see plenty of that from the other end. Away it goes and hits and rolls in towards the button. Job done.
Two and a quarter, 10-2.
Hit and a little roll. For Shug Niblo. Nearly caught another red there. That yellow British stone exposed. You'd really need a mistake potentially from Norway. But they're getting their lines pretty much on target. That's a hit in the roll to count 3 for Norway. Unfortunately, his shooter hangs about. Good stone from him. Excellent takeout.
13. 13.
It's not just about the takeout, it's about where you leave your own stone. Stone and just making sure there's one in the house, and that is a good placement behind the other yellow. Nice draw from Hugh Niblo. Look at this, look at the curl on this and the rotation. Really nice execution. That is so difficult to do.
Shot på siden der.
Ja.
Her står det. Ta litt mindre, jeg må ta midterste.
Skip stones, 4th stones in the 6th end. Showdown. Well, hoping you might get the other British yellow. Still hits and rolls into position. Not sure of the guard that's protecting it though. So again, good tactics and execution from Norway.
Good.
Coming down the other side. Just a little perplexed with the way that one ran. Trying to come off that red. Curling. Not the outside red, the one in front of it. Centimeters of a difference.
Ja, det går bra det. Bra, Stein.
This is looking good for Norway. Oh my goodness, to lie 4 hits and sticks. He hasn't missed much. Justin Stordal, has he? Allows himself a little smile. Expertly done. Execution has just been on another level for Norway. Look at those Norwegian Reds surrounding that house. Final stone of the 6th end. Stuart Niblo, always tough facing 4 with the final stone. Oh, is it going to catch it? It doesn't. He was hoping he might catch the other red. That's a sore one for Great Britain. And Stuart Pimblett, that really is a disappointing end to that end. It looks like a steal of 3, and that means the game is over. Just too much for Great Britain to do to catch Norway, really. They've been improving game on game, and that was probably one of their best performances. They missed very little, and in particular the skip. Excellent performance from him. And that's the end of their round-robin campaign. And the end of both these teams' Paralympic Winter Games. It is Norway. We finish with a flourish. They were counting 4 in that final end. Difficult final throw for Stuart Pimblett, facing that. And couldn't pull it off, and it was 3 for Norway. That takes them to 9, and the final result of that one, Norway 9, Great Britain 2.
Du skriver skjønnskrift, forresten.
Ser du noe takk på den der?
Accuracy levels, well, Justin Stordal, 71%. Super performance by him. He really stepped it up in that game from being 54. They are delighted to have finished with a victory. Great Britain, the alternate, Graham Stewart came on, performed really well. And not great from Stuart Pimblett, but he'll know that himself. They'll learn an awful lot from being part of this Paralympic Winter Games experience and be better for it. But it's Team Norway who celebrate. They move on to 4 wins. Here's the stats, the 9-2 score. Take out 72 to 48 compared to Great Britain, and 66% accuracy overall to 54. Those stolen points, 8 stolen points. So Great Britain not making the most of the hammer when they had it, and just it's tough after the 3 in the 5th end for Great Britain to come back. Clapping the crowd and the supporters after finishing their Paralympic campaign. Team Norway. There's so much support for all the teams here inside the Cortina Curling Olympic Stadium. What an experience for this youngster. She's got a few more years in her yet, for sure. Let's take a look at the standings. Canada, China and Sweden all qualified, and in the balance, who will make that 4th qualifying position, it's between Italy and the Republic of Korea. Great Britain, 1 win. Norway move on to 4. Such a high level of competition. The best ever at the Paralympic Winter Games. The top 10 teams in the world on the biggest stage of all. And the medals to happen over the next couple of days. All that to look forward to.
Vi går ut med stil.
Ja.
Vi går I hvert fall med hodet heva.
Ja.
Jeg var så fornøyd med spillplanen som vi har haft med de lagen så. Nu är facit efterhand så skulle vi haft en tvärtom istället. Och börjat med de här 4 kamperna. Så.
Da vet vi det til neste år.
Då vet vi till nästa år.
Men vi skal være stolte av oss selv I hvert fall det vi har gjort med 4 siste kampene her. Vi skal egentlig hele turneringen, for vi hadde sjansene, og jeg synes vi skal klappe oss på skuldrene.
Ja.
Plenty of action still going on inside the stadium. Well, it was Norway against Great Britain in their final round-robin game, and Norway just too good for Great Britain in this final game. For their 4th win, they ran out the winners 9-2.